I've been putting in work consistently, maybe not so consistent. However, I have been putting in the work, and it's kind of like discouraging on how my page isn't growing as much as I want to. But I'm not finna quit. See, when I started off with content was a long time ago, like anybody else when I was a kid, and I just had aspirations to do something. But back then, content wasn't what it is today. And right now, I feel like content has taken a turn and been able to actually shape different people's lives. And that's the same thing I wanted to do for me. Now, saying that, not everybody's meant for this content role. Me personally, I never really felt like I was meant for it. Anytime I get in front of a camera, I get shy. I record so many videos, I never post them, and I just sit here and I figure out what I'm going to do next. Now, the biggest thing with content is really trying to figure out your niche. But me personally, I just don't feel like I want to stick to one niche. And everybody says, "Oh, that's too hard. That's not going to work. It ain't going to be what you want it to be." Not out the algorithm, all this stuff. But honestly, I want to make my own wave. I want to do my own thing. Now, as you all know, I did quit my job recently. I make my own money though. I have money coming in, and content for money, yes, that's a big thing. I do want to make money off of content. I want to make more money off of content. This world that we living in is not that easy to survive in just off of one income. Now, in saying that, even if I never made content or I never made money from content, I would just be happy sharing my story. Only because I understand that there's a lot of people out there that have been through or are going through the same thing that I'm going through. And I just want to have somewhere where people can come safe and see that they're not alone in it. So another side to my content and my YouTube channel, I do want to be vulnerable with y'all like I am going to be today in this video. If y'all don't know me, this is Mo. I'm Mo, and you watching Mo.tv. I know that was a long introduction, but however, I want to get into this video. Now, what this video is about is just really me sitting down letting y'all know who I am and how I came to be the person I am today. I'm Mo, Moses, whatever you want to call me. And speaking on that topic, I came with the nickname Mo because that's what everybody called me. I'm an uncle to a lot of nieces and nephews. I have a lot of nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews. And everybody called me Momo or Uncle Momo or Uncle Mo. So I just came up with Mo. Now there's a deeper meaning to that story. If, like I said, my name is Moses. My middle name Isaiah. You know, for a long time, I didn't feel worthy of having that name because of the actions I choose. I did my actions. So instead of really addressing myself, I think me sticking to my nickname and having people call me by my nickname, it kept me from being accountable for my own actions and my own truth and my own downfalls, my own shortfalls, to say the least. But I don't think I really want to do that no more. You know, I like being called either way. You know, it doesn't bother me as much as it used to. However, Mo it's easy to roll off the tongue, and I like it. You know, it's good for a script, if that makes sense. But we're here. I'm making YouTube, and I'm still kind of struggling on where to go, where my route's going to be, and what I'm going to be doing on this YouTube channel, and am I gonna vlog? Am I gonna do sit down videos like this? Do I want to get into financial stuff? Do I want to share my financial journey? Which I will be sharing my financial journey because I really think a lot of people can relate or get some really beneficial information off of it. And then most of my videos are really gonna be raw, like this one. I'm not gonna be cutting too much in this. I'm not gonna do too much in this. I really just want to post and upload. Yeah. Now, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. Okay, I'm from the south side of Columbus, Ohio. I was raised on the south side of Columbus, Ohio for most of my teenage years and young years. You know, like any city, it has its downfalls, has its troubles. I don't really want to speak too much on my personal past as far as like my losses that I've taken and stuff like that, because I don't want to make a come up off of that. But just understand that everything I do, I have a reason for it. I have multiple reasons for it. Now, I digress. I do want to speak on one downfall or one loss I've had, and that's where the 482 comes from in my name. 482. or some numbers to most people. It's not a zip code or area code or anything like that. 482 came from my brother that passed away back when I was 11 years old. Um, that was a real hard loss for me. But I've always wanted to keep his memory alive in some way, form, or fashion. I got it tatted on me. I don't know if y'all can see that. 482. 482 was something that he came up with, something that he brought to our family when he came home from prison before he got murdered. 482 just means it's GTB. And so if you look at your phone, you see 4 is the G, T is the B, or 4 is yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. My bad. Stumbling on my words. But it's gangsters through bloodline. So I know what people might think. Oh, you a gangster? You're not a gangster. No. I'm not no thug. I'm not no killer. I'm not none of that. I'm not that type of person. I am a very down to earth, chill person. Regardless of where I've came from and the things that I've been through, I choose not to go that route. But to me and my family, and what I believe in the word gangster, I believe it's doing the right thing for your family, doing what you got to do to make the people around you, your loved ones, succeed and successful and comfortable in this life. You know, doing some real gangster stuff. It ain't got to be about robbing, killing, or anything like that. I want to change the meaning. I want to change the understanding of the term gangster for my family, at least. Maybe not for everybody else. If that makes sense to you, oh well, it makes sense to me, and I'm okay with that. Now let's move a little bit forward. Growing up, I did a lot of different things. I did some boxing. I did gymnastics. Played a little basketball. Played football for one day. I don't even know how I'm a football coach. That don't even make sense. But I've been doing good with the kids. It's cool though. Yeah, ran track. Played some street hockey. But the biggest thing I did was dancing. I grew up dancing. I had inspired to be a backup dancer for Chris Brown and Usher. And I looked up to Michael Jackson, James Brown, and all that stuff. You know, most dancers look up to the Les Twins, all them guys. You know, but one day I just kind of fell out of love with it when I was about 15. So I started working early when I was in high school. Worked 2 jobs at one point, then ended up being 3 jobs at another point for a short amount of time. And I ended up going off to the military after my last job, after I had my son when I was 18. Having my son was really a big part of who I am, because without him, you know, I think I probably would have stumbled into this rat race, or this race in the streets, you know, where they say become a product of your environment. You know, I saw everything that was going on around me in my family, and I just didn't want my son to be around that. So I found the quickest route. So at 3 a.m. one day in the morning, I signed up, not knowing what I was getting to. And then next thing you know it, I was shipped out to basic training. I stayed in the military for a few years. Not a few years, a little while. I stayed in the military for a good amount of time. And now I'm here. You know, I got out military, worked at a warehouse for a little bit, did some logistics coordination, and went into law enforcement. And now I'm actually here, where you see me at right now, where I'm deciding to pursue my careers in content creation, barbering, and photography. I ended up going to barber school while I was getting out of the military, and graduating from there. And now I start school for photography, where I can pursue another dream of mine. And I really appreciate the military for allowing me to be able to have this time for myself, and take this time for myself, and do what I need to do for myself and my family, but also being able to pursue my careers, my dreams. Now, this is the hard part. Pursuing careers and dreams ain't cheap. So how do I plan to fund these things? Well, with photography, I can go to school for free and actually get paid to go to school through the VI with my GI Bill. And that is just a benefit of being a veteran. And I can't thank the military enough. You know, I did the time, but the people before me paid the way, and I appreciate them for that. Now, in saying all this, money is not necessarily my main objective with anything, honestly. Comfortability and stability is. And how that looks like for me may not look like that for some other people. Some people want the big house on the hills. Some people want to 5 cars and all the brand new clothes. I'm not cool. I don't want that. If you don't notice, in most of my videos, I'm wearing a white t-shirt. I'm not really the most flashy person. I'm not that type of guy. What I want is a place of peace. Well, somewhere where I can just really sit down and just be me, myself, my family, and God. Because I feel like everything else out here is a distraction. That's my belief system. And a lot of the times I fall short on a lot of the things I do. And as far as my faith, and I've been trying to get back into that very strongly. It's hard. Got a lot of personal things going on. Y'all will soon learn more and more about me as I get more comfortable on this camera. But for right now, this is what I'm giving y'all. I like content. I do. It's just really hard to navigate. It's really hard to figure out what you want to do in it, who you're going to be in it. But honestly, I just want to be myself in it. And I just don't feel like myself is really content ready, you know? I watch all these other YouTubers and streamers and stuff, and I just be like, dang, I'm not that entertaining. My life ain't that fun. Now, I'm trying to make something out of nothing. So I will be giving y'all daily updates on my life. Not daily updates, probably weekly, hopefully, just on what I'm doing day to day. And then hopefully y'all can see me on this journey as my life does get more fun, you know, more interesting. It gets funner and I'm able to explore more, you know. I'm hoping photography gets to take me to places I never thought I could go, put me in positions where I never thought I could be. And I really just like taking photos. I don't really like being in front of the camera. I like being behind it. And hopefully I can go develop into videography one day. Right now I'm just taking it small. I'm not that old, but I'm still not that young. I'm right here in the crossroads where I really need to figure out what it is I'm gonna do and make that move. And that's what I'm doing. I've always been an ambitious person. I've always been a person that has dreams and aspirations. And I've always been a person that didn't quit when it came time to do it. I don't care that it's hard. I don't care that everybody else don't think I can do it. I just care that I'm doing it. It's fun, you know? It's cool to be that guy that's putting on for himself and for his family. But I really don't think y'all care. I don't think y'all care because I'm looking at my YouTube page. See, y'all thought it was gonna be nice this whole video. Y'all thought it was gonna be all sad. No, I don't think y'all care. Listen, let me tell y'all close up. I don't think y'all give a dang about me. That's what I'm saying. I think y'all think I'm just some chump. I got 59 subscribers on this YouTube page. I got about 50 videos up. You better go subscribe. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean that. That was my alter ego coming out. But however, I appreciate y'all for watching this video, y'all. This is just something I just wanted to give y'all. I know it wasn't like all professional and all this stuff that most people be doing. I'm going to get better at that. I'm still learning this stuff, learning what it takes. But right now, I just want to be myself. And this is me. And I hope y'all like me for me. That's where I want my real subscribers to come from. I don't really post my videos on Instagram or anything after I post them on YouTube because I want natural viewers. I want real natural viewers, not just family and friends. I want people that really just want to support me and like my journey and see where I go from here and where I can take this. And I want other people to take from what I'm doing and learn and move past me if that's what it takes. But I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Man, y'all like, subscribe, and comment on this video. This is your boy Mo. You watching Mo.TV. Tune in the next time.